Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the program tonight. People are normal, brought to you by calendarwriters.com and IntelliStress Profound Management. I hope you are well. I hope you have been making the proper decisions to satisfy your needs. I hope everything is working out for you. I hope you are in the best of health, if not the best of health, near to the best of health, and I hope that you are getting better if you are not well. Yes, my name is Thurman, and for those who are new to the program, and I'd like to welcome you tonight. We're going to talk about the question, are some people inherently more important than other people? Are some people more important, inherently important than other people? Now, we're going to focus on the movie Tumhari Sulu, soon to be in your theaters, and set the pace for a better understanding of stress in the workplace and possibly about dealing with it. You know, stress is the main thing. It's all about dealing with the pressure, dealing with the tension in the workplace. You know, so many factors are involved in your getting up to work every day and getting through today. Now, it's nothing worse than having a job that you dislike. You want a job that you care about, and you're eager to get up in the morning and go to work. So, but a lot of people, and you'd be surprised at the statistics of people who are not happy with their employment, their job, and they wish they could find other employment. So, Tumhari Sulu. Remember about More Maya Money? We talked about that when that movie came out a year ago, and I said that I wasn't going to tell you about the ending because I wanted you to be surprised when you see the picture, when you see the movie. Well, you see it, for those who saw the movie, you see what can happen in relationships. You see what can happen to the best relationship. You could be so much in love, but things happen, outside forces happen, and it's all about dealing with it. These are the pressures and these are the tensions. Some people can deal with it and survive and do well. Others can't. Are they inherently more important or inherently born with that? This is what we're all about. And this is what we want to talk about tonight. Okay, the story goes that Vidya Balin, who plays the employee, and Neha Dipia plays the boss, her boss at a radio station. But she's not satisfied with that work, so she goes out, she's trying to find something else, and she goes through this, that, and that. But she ends up back at the radio station where she first originated. Now, this is from what I have gathered from what I know about what I've read about it. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I know it's going to be good because Neha Dipia, she really does a good job. She knows her thing, by nature. She just didn't up and come. She didn't come up. Nature dictated what she's supposed to be doing. But anyway, we're going to, with the help of Mr. Me, Myself, and I, we're going to discuss this further. Now, let me introduce to you Mr. Me, Myself, and I. Hello, how are you? How are you doing? I like to thank myself and others for allowing me on the program tonight and to discuss that issue. Like I said, me, myself, and I. This is me. Myself introduced me. And we are all our superconscious. We are all connected with each other. We share each other's problems. Yes, we share problems. And it's called stress. But how we deal with it, the problems of others, not necessarily your problem, but could be the problem of others also. So when you're dealing with stress, when we're talking about that movie or the movie Tom Harry Sulu, when we're talking about that movie, we're talking about the workplace, and we're talking about stress in the workplace. I know I'm the employee. You see, I don't have the tie on, so I'm the employee. I'm the people, the ordinary people. I'm a voter, things like that. But then we have the tie, which is myself, that I talk to, that we call it self-talk. It's all about personal leadership management. Personal leadership management. Okay, now this is personal between me and myself. It's about managing. It's about what do I do? I'm the nature of the thing. I'm the very nature of the thing. Me and myself, a lot of times we don't agree with things because you see that I might, like I said before, I might want to do other things. You know, I might want to do the things that I might not even want to go to church. Maybe he wants to go to church and maybe I don't. You know, maybe he likes certain type of women and I don't. I like other types. You know, to fit my strata, to fit my social strata. We have different social stratas. But when we're as one, we have the same social strata. And this is what the individual was at. This is where self-talk is so important, when you can talk to yourself. And you can say, hey, I got a good idea. Let's do things. Can't we come to some kind of agreement where we can work things out? You know, where we can better ourselves, you know? Because I might want to do something else. When you're in the workplace, and I know I've had many jobs before, and myself knows this. When you're in that workplace, pressure is involved in a lot of places. Especially if you're in a factory or something, and you're on an assembly line, and you got to do piecework and things like that. Really, pressure is involved, big time. Stress plays a key role in this thing. Are you born a negative character? You know, seems like everything goes wrong. You're always getting fired, or maybe get late for work all the time. You just can't get it right all the time. So you end up doing other things, go drugs and stuff like that. Anything else but work. You see, so you find your pleasure with. Are you a negative? Were you born negative? Or can you acquire the positive? If there is a purpose in life, to say, are people more important than you? Not necessarily. Because you can make things better for yourself. You can better your conditions according to purpose. Now, you might say, oh, well, I can't get things right because it's a purpose. I have a purpose, you know, to do other things which allow people more important than me to achieve their goals. But when you're dealing with personal leadership management, you're going to share those goals. Like I'm going to share my goals with myself. You see, no matter what the work is, I might work hard. I work hard, and I might have a variety of jobs I have been on and worked on. But then, what have I did? I have saved my money. Saved my money, and did what? I might have saved my money and went into business. You see, but we still have those differences. You know, a different social strata. You know, I might want to be free to enjoy myself, have fun, and go out and be a party animal. Whereas myself, my other social self, business social self, says, no, I don't want to do that. I want to stick to business. I want to focus on successful business management. You know, I have no time to do these other things. Now, I'm that time of doing other things. So now for me to be happy, I'm going to have to negotiate. This is where self-talk comes in as the conduct for the behavior of your individual self. Now, pressure. Like I said, pressure in the workplace. You know, the boss. The boss, he's looking. Number one, the boss might be looking for the best quality employee he can get. So he's always looking at you. If you don't have your game together, and you notice that boss is always looking at you by something, you know that you do have to get your game together because he's looking for a better employee, an employee who maybe can put out, you know, can excel in his position. But then again, when you have a boss or you in a management position, you have to have feelings. You see a lot of workplaces. You feel that the supervisor and so forth don't really have any feelings because they are in the same pressurized social activities. In other words, in order to keep their position, they're going to have to do what is required. When you go to management training, they train you to be stern, to be firm, to stick to the book. Okay, you can stick to the book, but the thing about it is, how about your feeling for other people? How about your feeling for your employees or the people that you're supervising? How about your feelings for them? You know, you can say, oh, I really want to help that person, but I can't. I got to let that person go because of so and so and so and so reasons. But can you really do that? I remember one time I was a supervisor in security, and I think I told you about this before. And they wanted me to fire one of the employees. He was an elderly person, and that's the only income that he had. Now, I could stick to the book and say, well, you're fired, we got to let you go. But no, I didn't do that. I told the person that my boss, I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't fire him. That's the only income he got. And so forth. But you know what? They were pleased with me having feelings for the people that I was supervising. You see, but a lot of times, if you do display feelings, you're not going to move up in position because of that. That has to be something personal with you, between you and yourself. Like me and myself. I have to handle that. It's a personal thing. You see. The pressure, the disturbance. You know, all this is disturbance when you're in the workplace. It's disturbing. Very the pressure is very disturbing. It might not be disturbing for your work environment. Your work environment might be pleased with you're not being able to deal with the pressure because you're going out the door and someone new is coming in. So, in management training, they teach you that your work environment is alive and well, unasleep and intelligent, right with you, and sociable, very sociable. Remember, we call it that public spirit, very sociable. You see, in the door, out the door, that kind of stuff. So we had to deal with that. We had to deal with the disturbance. We had to deal with the disappointments. Disappointment with Tumhari Sulu. Evidently, the young lady is very disappointed. She's very disappointed because she's trying to find, in order to end up back at the place that she left. And the thing about it is, do the boss accept her? Is the boss going to have a different attitude because she left in the first place? Is that going to make things worse? You see, we're talking about the disappointment. Is she at a disadvantage because she left seeking other employment rather than sticking with it, overcoming all the obstacles, and proving that she could handle it? But then again, that could have been threatening. The boss might have, well, wait a minute, you're a little bit too good. I got to protect my own position. Because if you're too good, you got to go. As if as if you couldn't handle it. If you can handle it too well, you might have to go because you're threatening my position, see. So, we're looking at that. Now, and remember, like I said, we are all human beings. What determines whether we're going to be able to cope with stress, to cope with the demands of life, make the proper decisions that's going to be successful, make us happy, and so forth. They say that what determines whether an act is good or bad. Now, in philosophy, they say if the act is better for the greater of the people, it is good. But if it makes the greater of the people unhappy, then it is bad. But who is to determine that whether it is good or bad, you see? So, I'm going to ask myself that because I'm quite sure he's going to enlighten me and enlighten others because I am interested in what he has to say because it's going to affect my life and the decisions that I make. Could you please reply to that? Well, that's me for you. That's me for you. That's why I care about me. I care about me. I can say I care about him. I care about him. Because, like he said, he sometimes worked 2 jobs in order for me to wear this tie. You know, he get up early in the morning, can't hardly sleep, sleep deprived a lot of times, going through a lot, sacrificing a lot. So I can have this tie, I could have an objective in life that I want to achieve, goals that I want to achieve. But I said something in the previous program that I shouldn't have said. I said, I do not include women in the scheme of my plans. I shouldn't have said that because I got to respect him, you see. Now, where I found out, if I don't respect him, then he's not going to cooperate with me. And I'm going to get nowhere. I'm going to get nowhere fast. Yes, nowhere fast. And see, wait a minute, hold it, wait, oh yeah. No, don't get all upset. You know, I just want to say that I have to go because I have an appointment. I have a young lady that I'm interested in, and she's interested in me. Matter of fact, we're supposed to party tonight. Now, if I say that, what happens to me and myself? All of a sudden, he said, "How are you going on a date tonight?" And I'm not going on a date tonight. What's with that? Well, it's up to you to answer that question. Well, there he goes again, an important date. Ain't nothing wrong with having an important date with a young lady. So we're going to have to work this out so I can be with him, or if I be a nice young lady and he can be with me, we're going to have to work this thing out. But this is what I'm saying. It's all about self-direction and self-discipline. Self-direction. He got self-direction. Something is important. He got something important to do. You see. Self-direction. So he take care of that. He excused himself. Not as waste. I don't consider him as waste. I don't consider him as my waste. I consider him as my energy, my nature. In some respects, creation. You see, certainly not waste. Definitely not wasteful. Because if he had been wasteful, I would not have on this tie. You would not be looking at this show tonight, reading my books, or anything else involving me. There would be nothing happening at all. But because he is productive, that makes me what I am today. And that's the way with everyone. When you feel that you're not important as others, you only have a job and you just go to work, you live from day to day, take care of your family, but you feel unimportant. You are important because you're making someone greater. That manager, that supervisor of yours, and things like that. You are the one that determines that supervisor or that manager's success. It's about what you do. Your productivity. Things like that. Self-discovery. You discover yourself. When you discover yourself, you begin to set goals. You begin to say, I want to achieve something. I want to live a better life. I want better things to work out for me. So, Mr. Me, Myself, and I, he's going to be back. Don't worry, he's going to be back. because it's all about self-talk. You ever look in the mirror? You see the writing in the mirror? Now you look the same, but that writing is different. It's two different stories. He has another story. I have a story. I might have a story of success. I might have a story of meeting a young lady and things work out for it. Business dealings and so forth, and this is what I got on my mind. But then he's going to go one step further. You know, the business deal and all that is fine, but what really he wants, he's going to want a natural relationship. He's going to want to enjoy pleasure and happiness and all those things, and maybe romance, you see. So that part of me, I want to embrace that part of me to make me a whole person. Not just a half an individual, but a whole person. And that's what you got to do. You got to accept what works for you. He works for me. I might work for others, but he works for me. You see? And you have to look at yourself like that. Apply this to your life so that you can have a better understanding with yourself first, and then your fellow employees in the workplace, and a better relationship with your boss. This is Thurman saying, happy get up in the mornings and pleasure in the workplace. Till next time, thank you very, very much.